Mind Gap Podcast.
Everybody, welcome to Mind Gap Podcast. I'm Doug.
I'm Justin. And Doug, what is the most ridiculous thing you believed as a kid?
That my parents loved each other. Justin asks, he goes, this could be fun. I go pretty dark with this.
Well done. Well done. Well done. I don't know.
Well, I've told the story a couple of times, but I thought that weed and marijuana were two different things.
Actually, I don't remember you telling that story.
I was like, I thought they were two different things, and I told somehow it came up. We were driving the car with my mom, and I was like, there's weed. I made it seem like they're two different things. My mom's like, they're the same thing. I go, no, they're not. She goes, okay, what's the difference? I go, I don't know, but there's a difference. Classic. And my mom's like, all right, she just let it go. She's like, all right, whatever.
Sure there is. Why not? Yeah.
Fine. If you can't determine it, then whatever. It's like they're two different things.
I know they are. You can't make me believe otherwise.
I used to think there was a monster in the basement, just because it was just so pitch black down there. And I'd go down there to shower. And when I was heading up the stairs, I'd turn off the light and just sprint up the stairs.
Yep.
Dude, gotta get out of the dark.
100%. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Super spooky.
Duper spooky. Yeah. That was.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, God damn it. Fine.
Yeah.
Natalie's been occasionally she'll just come downstairs. She's like, I had a bad vision. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Has the spice given you vision? Has the Kwisatz Haderach, come to pass?
She truly is the Kwisatz Haderach.
Lisa Nakaib. But she just means she's thinking about bad things. But whenever she says, I've had a bad vision, I'm like, oh God, vision. What is it? Is it a plane crash? What are we doing? What's happening?
There's something disconcerting about when kids do say things like that, though, because you're just what are we talking about here? Because was it you or was it I can't remember who it was. It was you or it was Bob or Drew. I can't remember who it was when your kid was younger. The kid was just in their room giggling and talking to someone and no one was there, and you're just like,
that wasn't me.
Someone was like, don't like that. This is very unsettling. I don't like it. Please stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. The kids who have those pointing at something and just you see or hi, and you're like, nope. So when they say okay. I've had horrible visions, Father.
She goes,
my
Dad,
visions.
I'm having bad visions. I'm like, what is it this time? She's like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, cool. So how are we going to resolve this? Because I go through the same thing where I'm like, couldn't be safer. I was like,
right.
I was like, we got 2 dogs in this house. Are they barking? Are they concerned? No. Mom and I are here. Do we look concerned? No. It's like, do you think we would put you in a place where you would not be safe? No. I practical dug it all the way up.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Does that help though? Because I remember when I was a kid, didn't matter how rational, those irrational fears, there's no amount of practicality.
Doesn't really help a whole lot.
That can talk.
The most recent one
out of it.
She did with us was, she goes, I'm scared of the D-Rex. And if you've seen Jurassic World Rebirth, you'll know what I'm referencing. And it is a dumbass looking monster. It is dumb.
When I looked that monster up or that dinosaur up, and I'm using heavy air quotes there.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's like a xenomorph mixed with the dinosaur, mixed with the monster from Cloverfield. It also kind of looks like the
monster in the Rancor in the Rancor pit.
Yes.
In Return of the Jedi. It looks so stupid with this giant ass forehead. And she goes, I'm afraid the D-Rex is under my bed. I'm like, what are you talking? You think that thing's under your bed? I go, there's no way that thing would fit under your bed. That thing's just huge.
I like how you didn't go with that thing doesn't exist. You went with, there's no way it fits under your bed. It's out there. But it doesn't fit under your bed.
There's no way it's under your bed. I go,
it's probably behind our house right now.
I go, that is the dumbest looking monster. I go, It's making its call. So now that's becoming an in-house joke where it's like the D-Rex is here. So I tried to like demystify it and make fun of it, which kind of helped. And then finally I'm trying to watch Sandman with Jill, and I'm just like, it was the episode in the diner. So she keeps coming downstairs. I'm like, this is the worst episode for you to even remotely come in on. Like 100%. You cannot be looking at this right now. And I'm just like trying to get her to go to bed. And finally I'm like, do you want to put an extra light in your room? And then she's like, I'll put a light in my room. I'm like, good. We did that. We took care of it. So all that to say that, ridiculous things you believe.
Yeah.
Just that a D-Rex is under her bed. I'm just like, that dumbass thing ain't under your bed. All right.
You're like, I'm going to need you to put on your practical pants for a second.
I need you to go to fucking bed at this point. It's getting close to 10 o'clock. Like, you got to go to bed, kid. You're going to be miserable tomorrow. You can't be doing this. So how about you? What's the most ridiculous thing you believed when you were a kid?
God.
Yeah. God ain't real.
Probably. Yeah.
Did you really believe in God at one point?
Oh yeah, I heavily bought into the whole church. I mean, I grew up Catholic. My mom required that I went to church every Sunday until I got confirmed, until I was 18. And the minute I got confirmed, I'm just like, cool, peace, howdy, deuces. Spectacles, technicals, wallet, and watch. Bye. It was a requirement when I was young. Bought into the whole Catholicism thing. Now I would say I'm spiritually curious, but I don't know that necessarily I believe in capital G-O-D.
Capitalist G-O-D.
Capital G-O-D is his rap name.
That's right.
But yeah, that's probably the silliest thing I believed in. But I would say on a more like day-to-day level was the downstairs, same as you. Like I was convinced that there was something lurking in the dark. We had a split foyer house, so when you walked in, you had to choose up or down. And so when my folks they were at the bowling league, like I was like 12, 13, I got to have like Friday nights to myself. So I would have to go downstairs to get pop if I ran out upstairs or whatever I ran out of. And I'd have to go downstairs and I would flick on the top light. It only gave so much down the stairs. And I would run down the stairs, breakneck speed, flick on the light. I'm like, okay. And I would look around the corner and it was 2 rooms until the back room, where like the extra, the required second fridge. It's every Midwest house has that.
Of course.
So the second fridge was back there and that's where all the good stuff was. So I had to make it through 2 pitch black rooms. When I got to that back room, the door opened up, but around the door was where the light switch was. So I had to go in, close the door, and flip it on. And I was like, this is mean. Right? This is absolutely horrendous. And so then reverse it. So then I get whatever I'm holding, and now I got to try flipping it off, getting out of that room, running, flipping lights off as I'm going, not thinking, just leave them on until Mom and Joe get home.
Yeah.
There's no sense
turn them off.
Just don't. Why turn them off? Yep. Monsters can't follow you if there is light. That is a very well-known fact.
That's true. That's true, man.
Yeah.
That's so funny how we all kind of have that.
I don't know what it is, man. Just that it's the dark. It's just, and there's times still where I'll be peering into, and I think we've talked about this, where I'll be like peering into pitch like a room or down, like downstairs. You know how dark my downstairs gets. I'll round the corner at night to go do laundry or something, and I haven't flipped the light on, and it's just, it goes so far, and then it's just darkness, and a very small part of the back of my brain's like, something could be back there. And then the adult part takes over and you just walk into it and you're like, fuck that. But there's still that weird little trigger that lives back there.
It's amazing how that switch can flip on, like from time to time. Like in your brain just starts calculating, like it just starts inventing things. And then you're like, oh yeah, there's not a crazy clown in my closet. That's stupid.
Right. Is there?
That's crazy.
Well, you were talking about when you went to one of the lake houses that you guys did a mini vacation at, and you were taking a walk, and it was like pitch fucking black when you were walking. You're like, I don't need to see what's down here. Yeah.
It was great. There was just like a defining moment where like you walk down this like sort of decline towards, you follow the road all the way to the lake, and you hit a stop sign and there's just nothing. There's no houses or anything, so there's no lights. It's literally you just staring into pitch black, and you just hear crickets, maybe a twig snap or something like that. And you're like, I was there with Loki. I remember we're just looking out, and we're just both just standing there, and I'm like, during the day, I'm like, this is great. There's nothing here. Right. As soon as it's dark, I'm just like, what are we trying to prove? Like,
right. Loki's looking up and you're going, I can go home. It's fine.
It's like, what am I going to get going down here? Like, I'm not going to win anything. It's
At
just
best,
like existential
I'm going to get mosquito bites. At worst, I'll get murdered. I don't know by fall. What. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, as like, God help me if Loki starts growling or barking, because then I'll be like, oh my God.
What don't I see? What don't I see?
What don't I see? This is bad. I was like, yeah. There's something just pretty primal. Or there was another one up in New Buffalo. I remember we were staying in a little spot and we were like right on the edge. It was kind of like a little area that had a bunch of houses and there's just like giant wooded area. And our house that we were staying in was like on the edge of like the quote unquote compound. And we had a fire one night. And Jill and Natalie went in, and I was the only one out there. And I was like, this campfire is the only light in this entire area. And I'm like, I've
seen movies like this before.
I was like, this is really, I put this fire out and I'm like, I don't like this at all. This is really just surrounded by woods. I'm like,
if you've never, here's the thing. If you've never experienced that, like we were up, same thing. We were up in Canada when we went up there the first time and I wanted to see dark, I'm like, they've got dark sky preserves and stuff up there. We didn't actually make it to one of the preserves, but if you just go out on like one of the side roads and you hit it right, it's just as good. So we went out side road. I turned the headlights off and I was going to get out and like look, and I'm like, I turned the headlights off and like my body wouldn't let me open the door. I'm like, shit, this is dark. And I'm like, this is true wilderness too, where we're at. So I was like, there's bears here. It was bear season too. I was like, there's a lot of shit. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to just, so I opened the sunroof. I'm like, that's cool. And
look at that.
Drove back. But it was wild. If you've never experienced true darkness out in the middle of nature, it's fucking weird.
You totally get how people made up shit back in the day. Oh my God, right?
Yeah.
You hear coyotes howling in the distance, doing their little yips, and you're just like, I don't know what that is, but those are evil spirits. And those evil spirits are angry. Get inside the tent.
Not even just name anything. Like there are some animals that make weird fucking noises. You hear some bird doing a bird call. You've not like exotic
a fucking fox, dude.
Yeah,
fox
man.
is like, oh, you're like, oh my God. Yeah,
right.
Just and you don't know what it is, and you won't figure it out. Humanity won't figure it out for a couple hundred years.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
What it actually is. You don't have the technology, but you just be like, nighttime's scary time. Evil things come out at night.
Right.
Yeah.
So what about you guys watching, listening? What was your irrational fear when you were younger? Let us know
and why
in
was
the
it
comments.
God?
And why was it God? Yeah. What do you think now? What if God was one of us? Just a slob like
what
one of us.
What if God was one of us?
Was it the D-Rex?
What if God was a D-Rex? 2 years of Catholic school taught me that God is a D-Rex. You know what I mean?
That's right.
He has the power to transmorph into whatever he wants.
But let us know in the comments. Let us know on all social medias at MindGap Podcast. Or you could join our Discord where we have a bunch of cool channels and a bunch of cool people in those channels. And you can pop that in there and just let people know. That's what a great icebreaker. Jump into our Discord and say, hey, this is my irrational fear. Also, my name's Kevin. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. I'm an intern.
I'm an intern. Where did that guy go, by the way?
I don't know. That was a joke that kept on giving. We never figured out who actually played them on Twitch, but that was.
Do you remember that? Yeah. I wish to God we'd have figured that out. That was fun.
Yeah. That was well done. Well done. So let's transition to this story. This story hit me hard. Mm-hmm. It hit me hard. It came out like I think it was late last week. Well, real quick, also 500th episode. Thanks to everybody who watched and commented and everything like that.
Thank you.
What a fun celebration of 500 episodes. So great. Thank you all. Appreciate you. Shout out to Skeletones. Shout out to Noah. Shout out to Austin. Great times, and everyone who participated in that, we appreciate you. It was a good time. It's good stuff. All right. So this article or this story broke late last week. And it basically involved a CEO and the chief human resources officer of this company called Astronomer. And they were at a Coldplay concert, and the kiss cam shot up to where they were. And it was the CEO with his hands wrapped around the waist of the CHRO. And as soon as they looked up and saw themselves in the Jumbotron, they immediately hid. in shame because they got busted.
Yeah.
And lead singer Coldplay goes, either they're really shy or they're having an affair. And spoiler alert,
can't it be both?
Latter. Yeah. So
now tell me why this one hit you so hard, because you did have a pretty visceral reaction to this.
Yeah. So Jill told me like, hey, this happened. And then we talked.
So she broke the news to you.
Yeah. She goes, have you heard about this? So I go, no. And she told me about it. We just talked for an hour about it.
Yeah.
Just nonstop. I was so fucking livid about it because we live in a time now where I think we all have to acknowledge that what we do, anyone does for a living, is just fake. This is all fake. This is all just the dumbest made up shit that we've ever done. Like, our purpose is to go and do what? Every day to make money? To do what? Right. If we zoom out even just a little bit, like, this is so fucking stupid what we're doing. All this is so dumb. It's so dumb. But you have these people like former Astronomer CEO, I should say, Andy Byron, who has been, he has resigned, as he should have.
Yeah.
He got reprimanded and then he resigned, which he should. And Chief People Officer Kristen Cabot. You got these two people, the head of the company and the head of HR, are in a relationship that should not be happening at work. If you've ever worked in any sort of work environment, you always have some sort of training or policy that's like, don't shit where you eat. Mm-hmm. Do not date in the workplace. If you do, there's some situations where it's okay. If you're peers, you can do it, but you have to report it and be like, hey, we're in a relationship. It's not recommended. Not many people are like, hey, man, fuck around at work. It works out 100% of the time. Especially a situation where it's like someone who reports to their boss and they have a relationship, that is very bad. That is ripe for all sorts of abuse and potential problems. But when you have the head of the organization just dating the chief people officer, who's watching the Watchmen? Who is in who do you go to let's say someone figured this out and they're like, well, who do we report it to? Yeah. The board? Like, you can't talk to anybody about that sort of stuff. It just irritates me because I've bitched about this for so long, and I'm going to bitch a little bit more. Please. When people reach a certain amount of wealth, they become untethered from reality and they enter their own reality, where they just don't understand anything that's not happening in their reality of wealth. That's where I feel like so many people are like on board with like kicking immigrants out, or like, yeah, we should cut all these sorts of things because you're like, that doesn't affect me and people should do whatever. You lose track of what real life is once you hit a certain level. And in organizations, when people get certain titles, I feel like the same thing applies. People are like, I'm at this level now, therefore I only associate with these people that are at my level, and the peasants that are below me, they don't know what's going on. They don't understand the strategic vision of our company culture. And it's like, yeah, you also don't do the day-to-day work around here, motherfucker. Right. You have no idea what my day-to-day life is. In fact, you're making it worse. So to see these people who probably crafted these policies or violating these policies, and they answer to nobody. Right. And I think that's how long has this been going on? Right. That's the hardest part. Like you said, it's they answer. It's the top of the top. It's the CHRO and it's the CEO. It's what do you do? What do? You go, like, the board is literally the only people you can go to. Yeah, because everyone has access to the board members. That's what I'm saying. I'd like to file a complaint, please. Yeah. Like, excuse me, at the next shareholders meeting, I'd like to address something. I'd like to say, I think someone's boning someone. Right. And like, the CEO, Andy Byron, was like celebrating Kristen Cabot's, like, she like came into the role as chief people officer. He's like, I'm so glad she's here. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, how long has this been going on? This happened in November when she got like elevated to this position. It's like, was there some quid pro quo happening here? Like, I mean, the ethics of the situation are just mind-boggling. It's awful. It's absolutely horrible. Terrible. Yeah. And just, you look at this, it's like, well, everyone on the HR team should get purged, unfortunately, whether they had a hand in it or not, because who's going to trust them? You know what I mean? Somehow Kristen still has a job. I think she's being investigated, but how she hasn't just been immediately put on her ass, I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people are saying, well, there could be contracts and things like that. Because some people were saying, well, you just can't fire someone because of bad headlines. I'm like, this isn't bad headlines. This is violation of company policy. Like,
right. Pretty.
What are you talking about?
Violation of company policy.
Absolutely. Like, you should be out on your ass. Get the fuck out of here. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. So yeah, and the worst part is there's a guy that then had to come in as interim CEO, and he's like, his silver lining is he's like, well, at least Astronomer is a household name now, and I'm like, not for the right reasons, man. Like,
here's the thing: that guy and the head of PR, also boning.
Also, just
that's the only way that message got crafted. Absolutely, the only way.
What the fuck? It's just I'm like,
yeah.
Oh my god, it's absolutely infuriating. Because I tell you what, I don't want to work with an organization that is gonna be violating company policies, having secret affairs. Because also both of these people have their own families that they cheated on.
Yeah.
Oh, and my favorite thing is this. They're like, the CEO's wife has retreated to their $24 million mansion in Maine and surrounded herself with her family, including her older sister. I'm like, wow, what a support network.
Did they really call out the cost of the house? For fuck's sake.
I was like, she's retreated to her Maine mansion to deal with the situation. I'm like,
wait,
wow.
Is it her mansion in Maine or the Maine mansion? Like maybe there's multiple mansions. Okay, I didn't know if there's multiple mansions, but this is the main one.
There may be, but the mansion
knows?
in Maine.
Yeah,
and she surrounded herself with her family.
Here's the other thing: is like you got to look at this and go, like, how wild is it that as a CEO and the CHRO. How just going to a concert publicly like this and canoodling in public, fucking wild. But then you look at it and go, this is not the first time that this guy's pulled this shit. You know it's not. So did the wife know about it? Is she just playing like? Is it one of those things where you're at the level where they're like, well, just you're gonna do what you're gonna do, but just don't let me know about it. And then this got real public. Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Shit. Rich people shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I get
the mansion in Maine. That's all I want. You know?
This is not the first time that shit's happened. That's all I'm saying.
So this just enraged me.
Yeah, and rightfully so.
Like I'm just like, we're at a time.
Like you said, it's not necessarily the cheating thing. You're a shithead for cheating.
It sucks.
But
yeah,
it sucks. But that's like more so of anything. This fucking company, like you said, the whole executive team, the whole HR team, everyone at the top has to go because you don't know who can be trusted at this point.
Right.
Everyone, you got to clean house.
And we're at a time where income inequality is so high. You got fucking CEOs getting assassinated. You know what I mean? Like you got CEOs going into stupid submarines and killing themselves. Like we are at a time where this class of people needs to watch their fucking backs and all they're doing is fucking up left and right. I'm like, nah, you guys are idiots, man. Do you think anyone's going to shed a tear for like, oh, the poor Astronomer company? Oh, no. They're like, fuck these guys for being idiots. What are you doing, you dipshit? I worked at a company where everyone was fucking each other, and it was gross. It was disgusting. It was unnerving. I worked at a team where one of my team leads was fucking the head of the department. And I'm so dumb, I didn't realize it till way later. But everybody knew.
Yeah.
They were going to get engaged at one point, and then they called off their engagement. It was like so gross, all the stuff that was happening. Not a great environment to work in when that's happening. It is not good. Can confirm it's gross.
Right.
And it's problematic.
10 out of 10 would not recommend.
10 out of 10 would not recommend. So, all that being said, it got me thinking. There's a lot of stuff in fictional universes that we've watched, that we've endured, and we're like, oh, that's cute. But when you look at it with a little closer, you're like, wait, this is kind of problematic.
Sure.
Not unlike the Astronomer relationships.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about HR gone wild, workplace relationships in fictional universes. That is the crux of this. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the workplace romances that definitely cross the line.
Okay.
And we're starting with a very common one, which is The Office, Jim and Pam. Now,
absolutely,
they are not necessarily like one doesn't report to the other. You know, they're on, quote, separate teams, but that's a small office, right? And them having that relationship, which was obvious, is disconcerting at best.
It also disrupted work quite a bit.
Yeah.
Bad for the company.
Exactly. Yeah.
It
not
disrupted
good.
their day-to-day. Not good at all. I would say that more so in that universe, Michael Scott and Jan Levinson is even worse because Jan is Michael's boss, was Michael's boss. So that to me was an even more egregious, and it was called out, obviously, but like that there's so many, that office was problematic for so many reasons.
Yeah, of course. But that relationship,
yes,
and Michael Scott's relationship, not cool. The next one is even worse, which is Iron Man, where you have Tony Stark, who starts to date his assistant.
Right.
And then he decides, I'm going to make her CEO, which when you look at it through the lens of today,
yeah,
of course that would happen. Of course that would happen. Like, we watched Tony Stark, we're supposed to be like, wow, what a gentleman, what a cool guy. But when you step back, you know, and I hate to, agree with Bill O'Reilly's cameo in that film where he's like, Pepper Potts is CEO. What qualifications does she have? Great question, Bill. Great question. How does she get this job? She's great, but optics, horrible optics. This guy's like, I'm promoting my assistant to CEO. And everyone like, it's like, everyone else in the organization's like, wait a minute.
Turns out Pepper was a savant, very, very intelligent, very capable of doing this. She was running the company already, but the optics of an assistant being brought up to that after an affair was happening, that doesn't look great. Doesn't look great for the company.
Doesn't look great at all. It's just like Tony Stark is just, it does not look good at all. Next one I think you could talk to a little bit more, but Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Jake and Amy.
Yeah. So this one is not as morally, like they're not, again, they were both detectives, equal levels. Eventually she became sergeant, but she became sergeant of the beat cops. And, Terry Crews was the sergeant of the detectives. So, it wasn't really a power dynamic that ever needed to happen. But if you've watched the show, it caused a lot of issues on stakeouts when hostages were taken, when Jake got in trouble. Like there's a lot of conflict of interest, decisions that were probably made that probably should not have been made. So if you look at this as this is a law enforcement agency, there's a lot of things in that show that should not have happened in a law enforcement agency. This was probably very, very high up there. Did not bode well for the office.
You don't want two detectives that are dating that are also working on the same case. That's just as a recipe for disaster.
For disaster, yeah.
It got to help you if they break up because
exactly, yeah. Now this one, there's this next one. A lot of I'm going to skip over the one, but I want to talk about there is a lot in this hospital, lot of problematic. And this is one of both of our favorite shows. So walk us through all the different scenarios.
I feel like we shouldn't say that because it's so problematic if you rewatch it today. But for its time, Scrubs was really good. But if you watch it today, you're like, what the fuck?
I'm also on that note, I'm very curious to see how they address because they're rebooting it. So I'm very curious to see how they're going to address all of that. Because the character of Todd, just first and foremost, his existence.
Todd was.
I don't know if that works
to sexually harass people. That's all he did was sexually harass people.
I trust all of these people as content creators right now. So we'll see what they do. But yeah.
But in this show, you had JD and Elliot, both doctors who had on again, off again relationships, and it affected their work. It affected their relationships. It affected everyone around them. Especially like the early, first season where they date and then they break up and it's like they're having a hard time at work because they're arguing all the time in front of patients and all sorts of stuff like that. Not good. Really not good at all. There's a point where, Elliot's trying to give him advice about something, but he doesn't believe her because she thinks she's jealous of him and whatever. And it's like really, really bad. You've got Turk and Carla, which, Turk is a surgeon. Carla is a nurse. You could say like, well, two different things. But again, they're dating in their workplace.
Right. And there is a power dynamic there.
there's a power dynamic there, and there's also like that sort of stuff that they have going on infects everyone around them as well. And then you have Dr. Cox.
Probably one of the biggest ones.
Yeah. He's a problem on his own, but then he is dating Jordan, who is a board member of the hospital.
Right.
So, and they are like divorced.
I was going to say, not just dating, like.
Yeah. Divorced. And they fucking hate each other, but then they get back together and, you know, super problematic, especially as he's like trying to maybe influence something here or there, have her do something on the board or whatever, like that relationship. And then Dr. Cox always calls JD girls' names and just belittles him all the time. It's not great. In general,
problematic work environment.
We don't see HR in that show at all, and probably because they don't exist. That's probably what it is.
Well, isn't Ted supposed to be?
Ted's legal, but I don't know if he's an HR expert. Yeah.
Well, they brought him in a few times to kind of try to mediate those problems.
Yeah, he wasn't very good at that. And of course, you got Stranger Things. You've got Nancy and Jonathan. You know, they end up working as interns at a newspaper.
Right. Kids.
Of course.
Kids. Yeah. Teenagers.
Yes. And they're interning together. And not only are they dealing with like interdimensional horrors while they're interning, but then at one point they, use the office typewriter to plan a break-in at a Soviet compound. Like,
yeah.
Problematic at best as they're struggling with their relationships and things like that and dealing with all these sorts of things. It's not a good thing. It's just not good.
Yeah. I would, another big one, not to keep belaboring this, but Don Draper and any of his secretaries.
I was just like, Don Draper as a
human being. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone in Mad Men, for sure.
Yeah. Horrible. Yeah. Horrible. That was that a time. Let me tell you.
Here, another one that always got me too was Ross from Friends. At one point, he was a teacher, he's a professor of paleontology, and he had a student, Elizabeth, and he dated her. Bruce Willis was her dad, and he ended up dating Rachel, and it was this weird little dynamic. But student teacher, again, it was funny in the context of like, oh, this is a sitcom, but you really break it down, you're like, my God, that is horrid.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good.
No.
I mean, at one point, what is it? Dr. Cox dates a med student, like early on in the show. Like, there's a med student.
I forgot about that.
He dates a med student. Like, and it's
see,
he's like, this isn't right, but like, and you're like, oh, but it's consensual, which is good, but it's also like, this is not okay. This should not be happening. Like,
right.
Big gap in power dynamic here, and it's not okay.
So there's examples.
She ends up breaking up with him, but I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. So those are examples of relationships, of bad relationships on screen, right?
Yeah.
But then
HR troublesome relationships.
We'll say troublesome relationships in the eyes of an HR professional.
Yes.
Yeah. So moving on. So we know that exists. We know that troublesome relationships exist. What trainings would need to be mandatory in some of these universes?
So, yeah, let's talk about let's zoom out to certain universes. This isn't necessarily like, romance specific, but just like if you're thinking about universes.
Sorry. Luke and Leia.
Oh, yeah. Luke and Leia?
Big problem for multiple reasons, namely brother,
according
sister.
To the Bible, not okay. I think, I don't know. The Bible's a little rough around the edges these days, but I think just laws of nature, not okay. Not okay to kiss your sister. But, speaking on the topic of Star Wars, if there was this like Jedi Academy, just a general course that I would want to train for them, emotional intelligence, because everything is about feelings in this universe, right?
Right.
Like, you have to be like, what am I feeling as I use my powers? Because this could lead to the dark side. You have to know what you're feeling at all times. Are you scared? Are you angry?
Because fear leads to anger.
That's right. All that sort of stuff. Like, are you giddy? Like, just being able to understand your emotions, the emotions of others.
Are you horny?
Just trying to, right?
What are your emotions?
Right. So
Padawan.
Padawan my ass. You know what I'm saying?
Can you? I'll give you that one. Can you imagine trying to design, as an ID, trying to design training courses for the HR department in the Star Wars universe?
Oh my God! Just be like, because that's the thing too. Is
it'd be all holograms.
Well, not that, but like they do get children, like tiny kids.
Oh yeah. And they need to. And
they're in there the whole way through. So you have to have really good Emotional intelligence has to be a key cornerstone
Yeah.
of what you're training these kids as they go on. Not just how to use a lightsaber, not kill yourself, but like manage your stuff. It has to be there.
Well, also dealing with kids isn't easy. So there needs to be training for I know the Jedis are trained in, regulating their emotions, but just in dealing with children. Like there are people specialize in pre-nursery education and early childhood education. You gotta know how to work with these kids.
Right. Because you got to know that some of these kids just get like, off with their heads at some point. They have to.
Kids, man.
And then somehow they're like, I didn't do it in anger, so it's okay. They're like, he's right. He's not angry. That's not dark side shit.
Nah, this is just him being a dick.
He's like, no, this kid's not going to make it. Anakin. Get out of here. All right. And then we'll turn to the Harry Potter universe, Hogwarts.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so many in the Harry Potter universe. They need so many trainings.
Teacher-student boundaries. Like there has to be like Harry, Hermione, and Ron just go and hang out at Hagrid's whenever the fuck they want. Like that is
Hagrid has there's nothing wrong with Hagrid, but you don't know that. From the outside,
here's the thing.
Optics, it's all optics.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, the fact that people send their kids to this fucking school and don't there's no parent visiting days. These kids, they drop their kids off at a fucking train station. They're like, adios.
Go run into that wall. Yeah.
They don't go to the school. They never visit. We never see one parent ever in this fucking school.
Right.
Ever.
There's no conferences.
No. So imagine your kid comes back for summer break and they're like, oh, how was school? Oh, great. I hung out with Hagrid. They're like, who the fuck is Hagrid? Like, oh, he's like, the Beast Master. They're like, what? Yeah.
Yeah. He's a really giant, hairy, bearded guy.
Yeah.
He's got his own cabin
hanging out right
on
by
the
dark.
Right by the forbidden forest.
But yeah.
Yeah.
He hangs out over there and we're just whatever. And you're like,
he's got the coolest animals. He let me pet his dragon. What?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He let me stroke his eggs to keep him warm.
Yeah. He let me touch his eggs. They were hot.
Yeah. I watched a hippogriff get beheaded, just.
Right.
And they're like, and you just are there unsupervised. He's like, well, Hagrid's a teacher. You'd be like, what the fuck? You know?
Hagrid's a groundskeeper. He's staff.
He's
staff. Yeah. Why not?
A little bit, but he's mostly groundskeeper. Like, not to belittle him or the rest, but it's like, you're hanging out with a janitor? Like, what? What's going on here? Like, what?
Well, I mean, and then you got, just Snape running amok. With
Snape's
Harry.
Just like, I hate this kid. I hate him.
Just kind of being, you have your mother's eyes. That was a horrible Alan Rickman.
That's you have your mother's eyes. A little better, not much.
Your mother's eyes.
You have your mother's eyes.
Your mother's eyes. Potter.
Potter. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Yeah, but you got Snape who just like fucking hates this kid in general and is like picks on him all the time. And then at one point, Dumbledore's like, Snape, teach him how to shield his mind from Voldemort. And he basically tortures him in session after session.
He just penetrates his mind over and over again.
Right. And then you got Dumbledore and Harry. Dumbledore's like, come to my office. We're going to do extra credit stuff. We're going to jump into my memories, We're
going to jump into my memories. And then you and I are going to go and we're going to hunt down Horcruxes. I'm going to put you in grave danger.
Yeah.
It'll be fun, Harry.
Right. Just come hang out with me. It's going to be fine. Like, what?
Did your aunt and uncle sign the release form for the field trip?
They're like, if they knew, they probably would have. They're like, fucking kill this kid. I don't give a shit. Don't care at all. And then, of course, we have Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory, just general OSHA training, I think, in general, would be needed at this place, because that place is dangerous as fuck, man.
Yep.
Like, how those Oompa Loompas don't get, hurt on a regular basis. I mean,
they do.
The bubble room, with the fan, the giant fan. I mean, how many people have drowned in the chocolate river? I mean, let's face it. I mean, that's got to be like, you don't swim in chocolate, you drown. No. It's like,
a lot of people don't know this, but Oompa Loompas actually have chocolate blood, and that's a river of Oompa Loompa blood. That's all that
they have a third lung that's actually like a gill that can process and breathe through chocolate.
Exactly. Don't step in that river. There are Oompa Loompas everywhere.
Yeah, they're breathing. They're surviving it in general. Yeah, just that place is a fucking nightmare.
It is absolutely horrid.
And then I'd say S.H.I.E.L.D. From the Marvel Cinematic Universe, just my course would be dealing with existential trauma, because the amount of things, it starts simple, right? Like, oh, we're S.H.I.E.L.D. We're fighting against Hydra. And, oh, we know Captain America exists and whatever. And then it gets to the point where it's like, oh, Thor's real. Oh, fucking, you got the Incredible Hulk. Okay, that's not good. And then there's like fucking an alien invasion in New York. And then you got Ultron, and then fucking Thanos. And then there's Celestials being born from the Earth. And then there's fucking Shang-Chi and all this, like just the amount of nonstop shit that's happening all the fucking time. And you have to be like, all right, welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D. There's multi-dimensions. There's multiverses. Fucking deal with it.
Right.
All right. Get over it. Move on. We're gonna fucking you gotta learn how to deal with this kind of trauma that you're seeing on a regular basis.
Right.
All right. You signed up for it. Welcome to the shit, son. Ugh, be wild.
I think we've talked about for a long time that it would be. I think early on it was Star Wars and Marvel were our two biggest. Like, can you imagine? Because we've talked about this for a long time, but never dove into all of this. But I think it would be Star Wars and the MCU would be two of the most bonkers things to try to be human resources and just like make like assurance adjusters.
Yeah, insurance adjusters. Honestly, payroll would be weird in those worlds,
right? What are your hours? What are we doing here? What's overtime look like?
Who creates the pay bands? What's the promotion stuff like?
Right.
Like, oh, you're Shield Agent 1, you're Senior Shield Agent 2, like,
right. You have a special ability, so that gives you a bonus, an annual bonus.
Yeah, you're an enhanced individual, so therefore, like, I don't know,
right.
man. That would be the ability to try and figure that shit out is wild.
Yeah.
All right, so as our final little bit here before we get to our little game is we're going to create a workplace romance policy for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
All right.
So we're going to start with the basic thing. All right. Internal relationships. All right. So unlike Astronomer, the way that this is going to work is any relationship between superheroes, agents, or multiversal variants must be disclosed to Human Resources or Nick Fury within 48 hours of the first kiss, awkward flirt, or shared trauma bonding moment. You have to report it. You have to be I think I'm feeling feelings.
Right. So with Nat going, sun's getting real low, big guy. Like that's got to be that first touch. That's got to be reported.
Well, we know that those two have a relationship. So, and then being on the Avengers, that is, who watches the Watchmen situation? That's huge. That sort of stuff.
That is Hulk huge.
That is Hulk huge. That's gigantic. So big deal. All right. Basic ass shit that even Astronomer should follow.
Absolutely.
All right. Section 2, power imbalances. Dating across hierarchical lines such as super soldiers, dating interns, kings, dating spies, or sentient androids dating witches that requires approval from the ethics board and at least one licensed therapist.
The licensed therapist kills me. That's
because you got to be like, what are you walking into here? You need to be able to understand what you're walking into here.
Right. But break it down though. Like that's such a weird, like if you really put this in the world of like kings dating spies, super soldiers dating interns, and sentient androids dating witches. What a fucking nightmare of paperwork.
Right.
What an absolute nightmare of paperwork.
And also like the consequences of some of this shit is huge.
Well, especially when the sentient android is carrying around a fucking infinity stone in their fucking forehead.
Right. And the other one's the Scarlet Witch.
Yes.
Yeah. So you got to go through some hoops if you want to doink in that situation. All right. Section 3, relationship fallout protocol. If a relationship ends badly, both parties must complete a 30-day emotional cooldown period during which they will not team up for a mission, make passive-aggressive remarks at strategy briefings, or use interdimensional travel to accidentally run into their ex. It's important.
And heaven forbid we're in the middle of the Sokovia Accord agreements because what if you end up on opposite sides?
Even worse. That's just going to exacerbate everything.
It's no good. Yeah.
But yeah, and I think we could do more than a 30-day cooldown period. I think it should be longer because, it could just make it worse. But a bare minimum 30-day emotional cooldown. Minimum like you absolutely cannot team up together. Absolutely
right, but
not.
It should be a full quarter.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll do a check-in. We'll see what we think from there.
Exactly. Then you go back and talk to one of those licensed therapists and you figure out what's, and then the ethics board has to vote on whether or not you're cleared for a team up again. There's protocols.
Exactly.
There's protocols.
We've
for
got
all of
protocols.
this.
We got to do it. We got to do it. All right. Section 5, forbidden romances. I'm sorry, section 4. The following relationships are strictly prohibited. Any romance involving your own time-displaced variant. Loki, you are the prime example. You cannot be hooking up with yourself. All right. As beautiful as it is, no.
We watched it happen. We were all uncomfortable with it.
Yeah, don't like it. Anyone created by Tony Stark as a side project, you cannot have a romance with. Any celestial being currently on trial with a living tribunal, you also cannot date them.
I would also put amendments in here too that forbidden if someone is under someone's spell.
Right.
Right.
Yes,
like
if someone's enchanted.
If someone's enchanted, someone's frozen in time.
Yeah.
Hands off.
Well, I think that should follow general consent.
Yes, absolutely.
That the general consent decree, but that's not necessarily in the workplace. That's that goes to more legal federal legal statutes. I mean, we don't want to get into.
This goes beyond that. Yeah, exactly.
All right, section 5, PDA in the workspaces. Public displays of affection are banned in all S.H.I.E.L.D. safe houses, Quinjet cockpits, and Wakandan research labs. Nobody wants to see that. You're here to do your fucking job.
And a lot of those places, specifically Wakanda research labs, need to be sterile environments for the proper
100%.
research to happen. If you're trying to deconstruct the Mind Stone neuron by neuron, and separate it out from vision, we can't have goo baby batter getting everywhere. That's just not good for anyone.
Leftover sweats, from you can't have someone's insides on the walls, while you're trying to do very good sterile research, right? And honestly, it's
not gonna work.
In Quinjets and safe houses. Like, come on, we're trying to do work here. All right.
Yeah. The safe houses, there should not be much noise coming out of that safe house.
No, it's supposed to be pretty intense. Like, it's a safe house. So don't ruin it for everyone else.
Keep it the fuck down.
And last and most importantly, in my mind, is section 6, snap-related relationship disputes. If one party was snapped out of existence for 5 years and the other moved on, no, they are not automatically back together. A formal redating period must begin with coffee and no multiverse involvement.
Yes.
I think it's so important, right? Because we don't talk about, it's briefly kind of joked about kind of in the movies, but if someone snapped out of existence and then
a very real
5
thing.
years, the person who was snapped, no time passed at all, was the person that didn't snap 5 years.
5 fucking years. 5 years. Come on.
Yeah. Where someone's like, I thought you were dead. I've moved on. And that's okay. That's allowed.
And that's okay. Yeah. And then if they've moved on, that you have to just, as you come back, you got to accept it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's the hand that you were dealt.
It's a tough pill to swallow, but you got to swallow it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So those are our thoughts on workplace romances that cross the line, mandatory training for nerdy universes, and our thoughts on a romance policy for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let us know in those comments or in the Discord. What do you think? What are some workplace romances that we missed? What training do you think should exist in some of these places? And what else would you add for a romance policy for the Marvel Cinematic Universe? We want to hear all of it. Let us know. We're dying to know. All right. Well, we solved that problem. Fucking hire us, Astronomer. We'll be your new fucking chief people officers. We'll share it.
If nothing else, we'll put a podcast together that goes over all of your new policies.
And we'll do that. And we'll make it really interesting. We'll be like, number 1, don't do this. And don't do this.
I'm going to come.
But this is okay. I'd eat your ass to save somebody. Totally different.
You're saving someone. That's heroic. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. We're now going to move on to the fun game we've been playing a lot recently, which is Patchnos Real Life Edition, where we're pretending the world is a video game. And every now and again, we get patch notes, and we need Justin to tell us whether they're good or bad and why.
I've been enjoying this game more than I ever thought I would.
I have too. It's been really fun to kind of create these things. Are you ready, Justin?
I'm ready.
All right. First new patch. Wallets emit a soft glow when you're about to overspend.
What? Say the first part again. What does?
Wallets?
Oh, wallets. I heard walls.
Walls
I'm like,
glow.
when you're overspent, I'm like, I don't get that at all. Bad. Next.
Yeah, I feel like those walls will be glowing like all the time for everybody.
What's happening right now? Is that wall for me or the person behind me in line? I don't know what's happening.
Yes.
Yes. All of you get out of the store. Stop. It's consumerism.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's consuming your life.
Here, take our credit card. It'll make it easier.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, look, if you open a credit card in the store, you can immediately get 20% off.
Exactly.
This entire order. So wallets start to glow if you're going to overspend.
Yeah.
I guess what constitutes overspending?
I guess that's up to your budget, motherfucker.
So I guess I should have a budget then, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're like,
cool.
I don't have a budget.
That's on me.
That's on, oh wait, that's on me.
Oh wait, that's on me. I'd say that's a great thing because sometimes you're in the store, you're not even thinking about it. You're just like, oh, I'm gonna get this. I'm like, you're just in the middle of like, I got to go do all these other things. If there's just a gentle reminder, it's not stopping you. It's just glowing and reminding you, hey, you might not want to do this, but you can always override it. So I'd say that's a fantastic. It
sucks. It sucks if you're getting groceries and you're like, which one of these do I have to put back?
Right.
And you're like, this is annoying. Buy it.
That's when you get to override it. That's what I'm saying.
Like,
it's all good.
It's like, hey, just so you know, you're overdoing it. You're like, fuck you.
Yeah. No, that's a good patch.
All right. Next one. Alarm clocks can only be turned off by telling them a joke.
It's a horrible patch. I don't like this one at all.
Hey, man, it's going to help you. You're going to have to create your set list.
You got to get a tight 5 before you go to bed.
You just have a set list of jokes. So you're ready. You're like, when I get up, when the thing goes off, you're like, what's the deal? Just priests. You know what I'm saying? That kind of bad. Why do you think that is?
You just wake up and you just go, my mental health. That's a joke.
It's like it's sad. It's not funny. Give me another one.
So that's the question. Like, can it be the same joke every day? Does it have to be like truly funny, or is it just a joke? Setup and punchline.
Yeah, I would say it has to be a new joke every day.
Okay.
And it could be as simple as like setup and punchline, or if you really want to go and do like tell a story, you're welcome to do that.
I'm going to say horrible idea, and here's why. Do you have any idea how many times you wake up in your lifetime? Think about how many fucking jokes you've got to come up with every fucking day. And there are times when I wake up and I am in no mood, Doug. I am just in no mood.
That's what AI is for nowadays. You just tell me, give me a list of jokes so
Craft
I can turn off my alarm.
365 jokes for me so I can wake up this year.
I'll see you next year.
I'll see you on December 31st.
And you're like, no repeats.
No repeats. AI finally goes, dude, just just align your internal clock. Come on.
Just wake up with the sun.
Just wake up with the sun, bro.
Take down your curtains and wake up with the sun.
Right. Buy yourself a rooster.
All right. Next one. Next patch note. Shopping carts steer themselves towards sale items.
I'm going to say that is a good patch because oftentimes I forget to look for the sales. I'll be going for something that I know I'm going for, and there might be a similar item that is on sale that could save me some money, and I'll just be like, I need this thing. I'm going for this thing. So if it gently like drifted towards where the sale items were, I don't think I'd be mad at that. I think it could help.
I think I'd be annoyed if it was this.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Okay. I think it could help with the wallet, make your wallet not glow as much.
True.
If you partner them together.
I would only get annoyed if it's like, cool, here's all these things that are on sale that I don't give a shit about, that I'm not looking to buy.
Ah, yes. Okay.
And you're just like, hey, check it out. All these sweaters. I'm like, I don't need a fucking sweater. I don't want to go over there.
That's a good point, because I'm thinking of it in regards to like, it's helping me. But no, this is like, hey, look, candles are on sale. I don't need candles right now, but they're on sale.
You'd be going all over to where all these sales are, and I'm like, I don't want to go to all these. But if it's like,
heaven forbid you enter
synced up with
Home Goods or something.
Oh God, if it's synced up for what your interests are, that's a good patch. If it's just any sale, I say no.
I think what needs to happen is they need to release this, and then they immediately need to start working on a 2.0. Mm-hmm. Or a point, what's that? The point 1, the point 2.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sell our personal data. To the company so that we know what we like. Yeah. And then we can go into the stores and they can
scrape me.
Scrape me. That new updated
Scrape
song
me,
by Nirvana.
my friend. It's the AI version.
Exactly. All right, next patch note. Chairs now display your sitting streak.
Chairs now display your sitting streak.
Yeah, how long you been sitting?
Interesting. I'm fine with it. Yeah, I'm fine with it because your watch already tells you to stand. So why not have your chair shame you into standing?
You're assuming everyone has a watch, Justin.
Well, I'm saying people are accustomed to, like, there are things that beep at you and tell you. There's timers people set. People are always alerting themselves. So a chair tracking my sit time, whatever. You know?
If someone come by, be like, whoa, look at 4 hours over here. Hey, why don't you go stretch your legs, bud?
Well, you don't want to get an aneurysm, am I right?
Yeah.
Blood clot.
Uh-oh, blood clot. All right, next one. Pens vibrate when you spell something wrong.
No, horrible, because I wouldn't be able to write straight. I spell things wrong all the time. I can't spell my way out of a paper bag.
Well, you just let you know.
Well, yeah, but I would be like, my hand would be buzzing constantly.
So, you're like, oh shit, I spelled stuff wrong.
I take it. So, yes, real answer, I do think that would be good because there are a lot of times if I am writing something up by hand, I'm pulling my phone out and going, how do you spell this? How do you spell this? How do you spell this? So if I could just write it and it says nope, I'm like, try it again. Nope.
What's a different word? You ever taken a test and you're like one of those ones you're writing it and you're like, fuck, I don't know how to spell that. And you're like, what's the synonym for this?
Yep.
What's go through my mind of like, what's a different word? Because I don't know how to spell it. That works. That'll do.
That works. Or you just like, I only have my 4 words into the sentence. I'm going to just scratch the sentence out and restructure the whole sentence because
I'll do this.
I don't know where I'm going. Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing. That's good. I like it. I just don't use pens to write down a whole lot of stuff anymore. So I don't know how useful it would be, but I like the idea where it's just going to gently vibrate and be like, no, I got that one wrong.
Cool.
All right, next one. Staircases count your steps out loud.
Staircases count your steps out loud.
1, 2, 3, 4,
the
5.
Staircase sounds like the D-Rex.
Yep.
I think that would be miserable because everyone. let's say this. You're at some store and you're going up and down the stairs with about 50 other people, and every one of them is counting out. That is chaos I don't need in my life.
It's just people are like, how do we get rid of stairs?
You're at the gym, someone's on the stair stepper, and it's just like 1, 2,
it doesn't
3.
specify 1, 2, 3. You're just like, oh my god, make it end.
What if you've got like in your house, you just got one of those houses that just have like 2 stairs up to another level and then 2 stairs down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Every time you're going up and down. No.
Or God forbid, like you live in a walk up and you're like, well, someone's in the stairwell because I hear the stairs fucking
and you
counting,
live right next to the stairwell. Yeah.
You're like, fuck.
Horrible patch.
Yeah, horrible patch, but funny. All right. Last 2. Here we go. Socks auto warm if it's below 50 degrees.
Yes, 100%. Let's roll it out today. I need that yesterday. That is a fantastic.
Give me them warm tootsies, man. These dogs
electric
are cold.
socks are great, but if I don't have to replace the batteries, if the socks are just programmed to do it, fucking rock and roll.
Put them on.
Absolutely.
It's like, ooh, it's below 50 degrees. Let's keep these tootsies warm.
Let's keep these tootsies toasty.
Awesome. All right, last one. I'm really curious what you think about this one.
Would you like that or not? Because you run hot a lot.
I probably wouldn't like it.
Got it.
Because I run warm. I wear a t-shirt and shorts all year round. So
dig it.
All right, last one. Door handles politely say hello when touched.
No, it just gives me the creeps just thinking about it. At least they're not saying ooh.
Hello.
Yeah. Touch the door handle.
Touch the door handle. It's just.
That would be horrible. Oh man, they say hello.
That's way worse than them just saying hello.
That is absolutely, yeah. I still say no because again, when you I think about if you're standing, if you're coming in and out of a building, if you work, if your desk is near the front door to the office and you just hello.
This switches up and it's like Guten Tag.
Depending on who you're. Yeah, exactly. Guten Tag. Hola.
Buenas noches.
Hello.
Yeah. Hola.
I think it would be real old, real fast. And well, here's the thing: as a teenager, try sneaking in the house. Hello. welcome home.
Yeah. Well, it just says hello. It doesn't say welcome home. It says hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. You got to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, because it's all door handles.
Hello.
Doesn't matter which one it is. Hello.
Exactly. I think that would be just miserable. Absolutely miserable. And then your alarm clock wants you to tell it a joke. Fuck off.
You're like, I fucking hate all this stuff. I will burn it all to the ground.
So here's the thing. You've got to step down 2 steps to get to your bathroom, then open the door handle. But then when you get back up, your alarm clock goes off, so you got to tell it a joke.
That's right. So
what a miserable existence.
Let's make this movie where this is the existence. I don't know what the story is, but it's just like.
And also your feet are hot.
Doors are saying hello to you, and you have to tell your alarm clock a joke to get it to shut up.
Yeah, and your feet are hot.
And your shopping carts are just veering towards sales that you don't want.
What hellscape have we created?
We've created something awful. All right. Well, that was fun, Justin. Thank you for playing along with that.
Yes, sir.
Very good stuff. Justin, what do you have to recommend this week?
I got a chance to go see Superman, and I'm going to strongly recommend it. I definitely think people should go see this one. I thought, look, it's got its critics. It was not a perfect movie, but I thought it was a very, very, very enjoyable film. To me, one of my favorite Superman movies that has been made. I thought it was a very, very well done movie. It's a lot. If nothing else, it is a lot of fun. It's just a fun. It's like James Gunn took a comic book and put it on screen in the most literal sense. It feels like Haig and I were going back and forth. He was like, oh, this and this and this. And I was like, hey, all the things you're describing, this is just a comic book come to life. Like, the stakes are ridiculously high. They're unreasonably high. Like, that's never in a million years could you actually have this happen in the real world. It's a superhero movie. It's Superman. It's a comic book. So it's
this
fun.
Isn't a Christopher Nolan film, man.
Right.
Like,
it's just fun, man. Yeah, it's fun. So I think, I thought they did a great job. There's emotion. There's humor. There's a lot of just amazing action, and you don't get lost in the like when he's flying. You don't. It's or fighting. It's not just a CG blur. Like you actually feel like you're flying with him. And you see the fights. Fucking great. So I'd say, and Heat, man, David Cornsweet. What a fantastic portrayal of Superman. Absolutely incredible.
Great.
Yeah.
Also, bonus points. No origin story.
No, we're just like we're in it.
We know what's going on.
We are 3 years into him being Superman. Game on. Yeah.
I love it.
Also,
I love
Rachel Brosnahan, incredible Lois Lane. Holy shit.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, and Nicholas Hoult, probably the best Lex Luthor I've ever seen.
Also great.
Yeah.
Everyone, just in general, it was all around good stuff. So
loved seeing
totally
Beth Bennett in there.
Yeah. Great suggestion. Love it.
Doug, what do you got?
I think you already recommended this, but I'm going to recommend this because I just watched it. Sinners. It's on HBO Max right now. So good. Sir. Such a great film. I love it because it's a vampire film that's barely about vampires. And that makes me so happy because it's so much about just Jim Crow South, in the early 1900s, and the story, the character building they do with all of that. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, right, this is a movie about vampires.
Right. You don't see a vampire until about an hour into the fucking movie.
And normally you'd be like, what the fuck are we doing here? But I was like, I love it. I love it because there's so much going on.
Like the stakes, like it's like you're doing this thing, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, the stakes just got raised.
And also just a lot of the elements they did with the editing. Like there's a point where this guy like starts to fly. Like he's like, oh, he's going to pounce on someone, and it just cuts away. And you're like, right. That was terrifying. Like,
yeah.
They do a lot of stuff to let your mind fill in the blanks with a lot of stuff, which I really enjoyed. And there was just something really beautiful about it too, with the idea that some people are so good at music that they can sort of transcend time, and they can.
Yeah,
that scene.
That scene, dude,
was so cool.
I watched that. I'm like, this. Ryan Coogler had a vision like that. You got to go into that having seen that, like in your mind, you've pictured that scene already. That was a fully realized scene before it hit celluloid.
I think it was a 1 or 2, wasn't it? One shot?
It might have been. I don't. If not, they hit it really well.
It's pretty close. It was very, very good. So just in general, just fantastic acting. Michael B. Jordan was phenomenal. Like just playing 2 characters, it was excellent. So highly recommend. It's a great film. Super awesome.
Good rec.
Can't say I think you already recommended it because you actually saw it in the theaters, but it's on HBO Max. So check that shit out. And while you're checking shit out, hit that like and subscribe button, please.
Pew, pew, pew,
it helps us and it's free. And then leave a comment too, because that helps us, move us along with the algorithm and things like that. That'd be super helpful. Check out the link in our description for links to our Discord, Patreon, our merch at Redbubble. We appreciate all that stuff, and share us around, and check out Justin online as well.
On Instagram at Justin_Michael, spelled Mikel. It's the fun way of spelling it. While you're in the online realm, anywhere where you can find and listen to audio podcasts, you can find us. So go ahead and subscribe, share, rate, review, download, all the things that you can do on there. The big one is sharing, though. Let people know that we exist. It does go a very long way for us, and we thank you ahead of time. TwoEastEighth.com, TwoEastEighth on all social media, loveandimprovfilm.com, loveandimprovfilm on Instagram.
Booyah! With that, I'll say, Justin, thank you.
Douglas, thank you.
Listeners, viewers, thank you. And you all have a dandy fucking week.
Mind Gap Podcast.